What if I told you that the woman wearing the $38,000 Hermes Birkin and the woman wearing a $200 dupe from a small leather atelier in Turkey are standing in the same room and nobody, not one person, can tell the difference? Luxury isn't the price tag. Luxury is taste. And in 2026, the smartest, richest-looking people on the planet have figured out something the rest of us are just catching up to. You could buy the feeling of luxury for a fraction of the cost, if you know exactly where the money is actually going when you pay full price. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what's markup, what's material, what's marketing, and I'm going to show you the real, current 2026 data behind why affordable luxury isn't a hack anymore. It's the biggest shift happening in how the world spends money right now. Before we get into it, hit subscribe now, because I break down money, style, and spending psychology like this every single week. And trust me, the last section of this video is the one people screenshot and send to their friends. So stay with me, because what I show you at minute 10 will completely change how you shop for the rest of your life. Okay, let's get into it. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. Most luxury goods do not cost what you pay for them. Not even close. Industry cost breakdowns for handbags, for example, have shown for years that the actual materials and labor in a $3,000 designer bag can add up to a few $100s. The rest? Brand equity, marketing budgets, flagship store rent on Fifth Avenue, ad campaigns with celebrities, runway shows in Paris. You're not paying for leather. You're paying for the story wrapped around the leather. That's not a scandal. That's just how branding works. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you see it, you realize something powerful. The story is transferable. The craftsmanship is replicable. And in 2026, more brands than ever are proving that the feeling of luxury, the weight of a fabric, the stitching on a hem, the way something smells or fits, can be built without the billion-dollar ad budget attached to it. This is the entire foundation of what we're talking about today. Luxury, at its core, was never about the logo. It was about how something makes you feel confident, put together like you have taste. And that feeling has a price. It's just way lower than the industry wants you to believe. You've heard the term quiet luxury, the beige blazers, the no-logo bags, the old money aesthetic that took over TikTok a couple years ago. But here's what's actually happening in 2026. Quiet luxury stopped being a trend and became a full lifestyle philosophy. It's no longer just about wearing a cashmere sweater with no visible label. It's expanded into how people choose cars, furniture, travel, even technology. The people who live this way aren't performing for the algorithm. They've internalized it. It's less, does this look expensive? And more, is this made well? Will it last? And do I actually need it? And there's real substance behind why this shift is happening. Sustainability and ethical production have become major purchasing factors across almost every luxury category, not just a niche concern. People are tired of buying 8 cheap things that fall apart instead of one great thing that lasts a decade. That mindset, fewer, better things, is the affordable luxury mindset. Because when you buy less, but buy smarter, your luxury budget stretches so much further than you think. Here's the twist, though, and I think this is the most important part. Some of the most stylish, wealthiest-looking people you'll see this year are wearing pieces that cost less than a dinner out. Why? Because quiet luxury was never about spending more. It was about spending intentionally. A well-fitted plain white shirt from a mid-range brand, tailored properly, will read as more expensive than a logo-covered piece from a luxury label. Fit and fabric quality beat brand name almost every time to the human eye. Okay, this is the part where I need you to actually pay attention, because this number surprised me. The global luxury resale market, meaning pre-owned designer handbags, watches, jewelry, clothing, is on track to be worth somewhere around $40 billion in 2026, and multiple market research firms project it will keep growing at close to a 9 to 10% rate every single year through the end of the decade. Some forecasts even push the secondhand luxury goods category toward $80 to $90 billion by the mid-2030s. Let that sink in. This isn't a fringe thrift store thing anymore. This is a massive, mainstream, AI-authenticated, blockchain-verified global marketplace. And it exists specifically because people realized real luxury holds its value. Here's a stat that should change how you shop forever. Handbags from brands like Hermes and Chanel don't just hold value on the resale market. Some of them appreciate. They're worth more used than they were new. Try doing that with a fast fashion bag. You can't. That's the actual definition of quality. Something that gets more valuable with time, not less. And it's not just older generations cashing in on this. Nearly a third of Gen Z's closets are now made up of secondhand pieces. Not because they can't afford new, but because buying used, authenticated luxury is now seen as the smarter, more sophisticated move. Owning a well-loved, decade-old designer coat says something different than owning a brand new one. It says, I know what's good, and I don't need it to be shiny to prove it. So here's your action step from this section. Before you buy anything aspirational brand new, check the resale market first. Platforms with authentication services now make it safer than ever to buy real designer pieces, handbags, watches, jewelry for 30, 50, sometimes 70% less than retail. Same craftsmanship, same materials, same compliments, fraction of the price. Now let's talk about dupes because I know some of you are already thinking about it. There is a real difference between two things. A dupe, that's a smart, similarly crafted alternative made by a legitimate small brand or workshop, and a counterfeit that illegally copies a brand's actual logo and trademark. One of those is just smart shopping. The other is illegal, often low quality, and honestly, it usually looks cheap up close anyway. I'm not telling you to buy fakes. I'm telling you to buy better-made alternatives that don't rely on someone else's logo to justify the price. Here's how you actually spot the difference between affordable but excellent and cheap. Feel the material. Real luxury, expensive or affordable, has weight and texture that mass fast fashion doesn't. A $60 wool blend coat from a quality small brand will outperform a $200 polyester coat from a big-name label every single time. Check the construction. Look at seams, stitching, how something closes and moves. This is where quality actually lives, not in the tag. Ask what you're actually paying for. If 80% of the price is the name on the box, that's not luxury. That's marketing. If 80% of the price is the material and the craft, that's real value, no matter what it's called. This is the mindset shift. Stop asking, is this brand expensive enough to be luxury? And start asking, does this object itself perform like luxury? Once you start shopping with that question, you will never overpay for a logo again. I promised you the section people screenshot. Here it is. 2026 has seen a huge rise in what travel writers are calling destination dupes, meaning gorgeous, high-end, private, luxury-feeling destinations that sit right next to, or honestly just as beautiful as, the overcrowded, overpriced iconic spots everyone flocks to. Think, the quiet coastal town 20 minutes from the famous one. The boutique villa with the same ocean view as the five-star resort, minus the resort fee and the crowds. The travel version of quiet luxury isn't about spending less to get less. It's about spending smarter to get more privacy, more space, more genuinely five-star service, because you're not competing with 400 other tourists for a pool chair. Strategic timing matters too. Traveling just outside peak season can cut costs dramatically while barely changing the experience. Same weather, same beaches, same restaurants, half the price and half the crowd. The luxury feeling was never really about the five-star logo on the hotel robe. It was about feeling relaxed, cared for, and unhurried. You can engineer that feeling with research and timing far more reliably than you can buy it with money alone. Here's the truth this whole video has been building toward. Luxury was never a price. Luxury is a set of qualities, craftsmanship, intention, scarcity, timelessness, and how something makes you feel when you use it. Brands figured out decades ago that if they could attach those qualities to a logo, they could charge whatever they wanted for it. And for a long time, that worked because there wasn't an easy way to get those qualities without the logo attached. That's not true anymore. In 2026, you have resale markets that let you buy the real thing for less. You have a resurgence of small, quality-first brands making the quiet luxury aesthetic accessible. You have data proving that people, real people, at scale, are choosing intention over impulse and quality over quantity. The entire culture is shifting toward this idea, and if you shift with it now, you're not behind trend. You're ahead of one. So here's your challenge. This week, look at one thing you were about to buy purely because of the name on it. Just one. And ask yourself, if I strip the logo off, would I still pay this price for what's actually in my hands? If the answer is no, you've just found your first real lesson in what luxury actually means. If this shifted the way you think about spending, even a little, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me, what's one luxury thing you've been overpaying for that you're going to rethink after this video? I read every single one, and I'll be featuring some of your answers in next week's video, where I'm breaking down the exact 5 brands doing affordable luxury the right way in 2026. I'll see you in the next one.